Hi everyone, this is teacher Sandra. So in this video we'll be doing the St. Nicholas 2020 paper for P5 Math CA1. Question 1, 604,000. So let's write it out, 604,712. So if we add them up, this is what we'll get. The answer is option 2. Question 2. Express 9.08 as a fraction in its simplest form. So if you notice here, you get 2 decimal places. If it's 2 decimal places, it means it's out of 100. Okay, 2 decimal places out of 100. You have 9 wholes in front. So this is 9 wholes, 8 out of 100. And you just need to simplify this. Both 8 and 100 can be divided by 2. So it becomes 9 and 4 out of 50. And you can divide by 2 again. So this is 9 and 2 out of 25. That's the answer, option 2. Question 3, round 41.95 to 1 decimal place. So 41.95, 1 decimal place is here. We will check the second decimal place. So 5. So if it's 5 or more, what will happen to the first decimal place? You will have to round up, which is plus 1. And once you do that, you will have to regroup. So it becomes 9 plus 1 is 10, and you regroup here. So this becomes 42.0. The answer is option 3. Number 4, we're supposed to measure the size of X, O, Y. So let's trace that. X, O, and Y. How do we read the protractor? You look for your 0 line. 0 line meaning this line is on the right side. So where's the 0? Check. This is the inner scale. So you are supposed to be reading the inner scale, which is this one. Okay, so when you're reading the protractor, look for where your 0 is. For the line's OY. So your line is on the right side. That's why we're reading this side, okay? So if we count, this looks like it's about 74 degrees. Number 1. Which of the following is likely to be the length of an adult bed? Adult size bed. If you look at option 1, 19 cm. Now if you look at your ruler that you have in your pencil case, your ruler should be about something like 15 cm. So 19 cm is thereabouts, right? So that cannot be the size of an adult bed. Now 19 meters. Wow, what's 19 meters? 19 meters is perhaps the length of your corridor. 19 meters is far. So it seems like maybe it's like the length of maybe three classrooms maybe. Maybe the length of 3 classrooms or more. So that's not possible, right? The length of an adult bed. 190 cm. Now if you think about it, how tall are you? You're probably about, I don't know, 140 cm, 150 cm, your height. So for an adult to be 190, which is a little bit taller and longer, that seems like a reasonable option. And let's check question option 4, 190 meters. That's like the length of a school track maybe. Yeah, that's a school track. So you can imagine a school track, one round the track is about what, 400 meters? So this is about half the school track. So that's not possible for the adult size bit. So the answer for this would be option 3. Question 6, total height of 3 girls is 390 centimeters. Kim is this, 118 tall. Lena is 42 cm shorter than Misa, and we're looking for Lena. So we have K, L, M. K is 118 cm tall. L is shorter. So if L is shorter, M is longer. By how much? By 42 centimeters. And in total, they are 390 centimeters tall. So first thing I need to do, take away the parts that we know. Okay, so I'm going to add the extra parts up, which is the green color part, 118 plus 42, that gives me 160. Take the total, 390, minus the extra parts, we get 230. Now 230 would be the blue parts left. Okay, if you notice, they are actually 2 equal parts, which means now I will be able to take 230 divided by 2 and get 115. So the answer is option 2. Question 7, they give us a graph, the number of visitors to a resort from 2015 to 2019, and they're asking us during which 1-year period was the increase in the number of visitors the greatest. Now let's look year by year. From 2015 to 2016, this is a decrease. So from 2016 to 2017 is an increase. This is 25 to 40. The increase is 15. 2017 to 2018 again is a decrease. And 2018 to 2019 from 35 to 45. So the increase is 10. So we have this increase and this increase. The greatest one should be between 2016 to 2017. So the answer is number 2. Number 8. So from 2015 to 2019, which is all the years given to you in the graph, how many years did the resort receive more than 30,000 visitors? More than 30,000. Okay, so let's go back to the graph. More than 30,000. So where is 30,000? 30,000 is here in thousands. So 30,000 is this line. More than. Okay, please. It says more than 30,000. So the question is 30,000 included? Because you see in 2015 it's 30,000. Will that be included? The answer is no. 30,000 isn't included because they specified they want more than 30,000. So this is no. So what would we include? This 40,000, 35,000 and 45,000. So that gives us 3 years. We have 2017, yes, 2018, yes, and 2019, yes. So back to the question number 8. How many years? 3 years. Question 9. Which line is parallel to EF? EF is here. Parallel. It's pretty obvious visually. We can see that this line, it's parallel. So if you're not too sure, please take a ruler and extend the lines. Okay, if you extend the lines further, you will notice that, okay, I cannot draw straight lines using this, but use a ruler and then you extend these two lines, you will notice that the two lines will never meet. So parallel means the two lines will never, ever, ever meet. Okay, they will not meet. So which line is parallel to EF? The answer is AB, number 1. Number 10, a number is between 15 and 50. It's common multiple of 4 and 8. One of its factors is 6. So what is the number? Well, I will probably list down the multiples of 4 and 8 now. So multiples of 4. Okay, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. Okay, and multiples of 8 would be 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48. Now, if you noticed that all the multiples of 8 would be actually multiples of 4. Okay, all the multiples of 8 will be multiples of 4, so we just need to look at multiples of 8. And what else? Between 15 and 50, so 8 is out, it's not between 15 and 50. And also one of its factors is 6. Which one of this is divisible by 6? Check. So can 16 divide by 6? Can 24 divided by 6? Can. Ding, ding, ding. 24 divided by 6, the answer is 4. Oh, but 24 is not in one of the options, so that's not. Okay, let's try again. 32 can divide by 6? Cannot. 40 can divide by 6? Cannot. 48 can divide by 6? Can. It's 8. So the answer is 48, option 4. Question 11. So we have two similar rectangles, and the clue says that the length of each rectangle is twice its breadth. This is a very important clue, meaning they're trying to tell us that the length is 2 units and the breadth is 1 unit. And I'm just going to indicate that in the diagram. 2u is the length, 1u is the breadth. So I'm going to indicate everything clearly in the diagram. And they tell us that the perimeter is 80, meaning this, this, and this adds up to 80. And that's how many units? That's a total of 2u plus 2u plus 2u plus 2u plus 1u plus 1u. That's how many units? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 10 units. 10 units make up the perimeter, which is 80 centimeter. So 1 unit would be 80 divided by 10, which gives you 8. So we're trying to find the length of each rectangle, which is 2 units. So you take 8 times 2. The answer is 16, option 3. Number 12. Cindy had some flour. She used 2/5 kg to bake a cake, 1/4 kg to bake some cookies, and how much flour did she use altogether? Now we simply need to take how much she used for the cake, add together with how much she used for the cookies, then that will be the answer. But first we need to change to the same denominator. Remember, when you're adding or subtracting fractions, you need to change them to the same denominator. So the lowest common multiple of 5 and 4 would be 20. So I changed the denominator to 20. So this adds up to 13 out of 20, and answer is number 4. Question 13. Madam Sharifa bought 15 meters of ribbon to give to her 6 pupils equally. How much did each pupil receive? So we would take the ribbon to split among 6. Okay, the ribbon, which is 15 meters split among 6, means we will divide. And when we do this, we are doing 15 out of 6. 15 divided by 6 is the same as 15 out of 6. And this is an improper fraction. Let's change it to a mixed number by doing long division. And your answer would be 2 wholes. Go in the clockwise direction, remainder 3 out of 6. And if you simplify this, both 3 and 6 can be divided by 3. That gives you 2 and 1 out of 2. The answer is number 4. Question 14. The total cost of 8 pens, 2 files is 32. The total cost of 3 files is the same as the total cost of 4 pens, and we're trying to find the cost of each file. I am going to write down what the question says. 8 pens plus 2 files is $32. Then it says 3 files is equals to 4 pens. Now, since the question is looking for files, I'm going to make the other thing the same. I am going to make pens the same. So I have 8 pens and 4 pens. In order to make the same, I'm going to convert the 4 pens to make it 8 pens. So the whole equation here, I'm going to multiply by 2. So 4 pens times 2 gives me 8 pens. And this 3 files times 2 gives me 6 files. Okay, so right now I have 8 pens equals to 8 pens. And since 8 pens is equals to 6 files, I'm able to substitute 8 pens with 6 files. So this tells me that 6 files plus 2 files is equals to $32, meaning 8 files, $32. And if we solve for 1 file, that's 32 divided by 8. That is $4. So the answer is option 4. Number 15. Ivan sat in a cinema. There were 5 rows of seats behind him, 14 rows of seats in front of him. Okay, let me draw it out now. So Ivan is here. So behind him, 5 rows. In front of him, 14 rows. And 7 seats to his left. And 19 seats to his right. How many seats were there altogether? Let's find things one by one. So this is one row, right? This is his row. So how many seats are there in that row? We have 7 to his left, plus the seat that Ivan is sitting on, plus 19 on his right. So meaning 27 seats in one row. Next, let's find out how many rows are there. So in front of him, we have 14 more rows. Behind him, 15 rows. So including the one that he's seated in, 14 plus the one that he's the row that he's on, and plus 5 behind him, in total that's 20 rows. So total number of seats will be 27 seats in one row multiplied by 20 rows, which should give you 27 times 2, 540. Answer is option 1. Next, we move on to booklet B, question 16. Find the value of 150 times 700. Now, if you notice, there are many zeros here. I am not going to do this 150 times 700. Please don't do this. You're going to end up with a lot of zeros and you're going to be so confused. I am going to ignore the zeros. Okay, so basically I am going to take 15 times 10, which is 150, times 7 times 100. So I'm basically splitting these up. Okay, 150, I'm splitting it to become 15 times 10. 700, I'm splitting it up to become 7 times 100. I'm trying to make life easier for myself. So I'm just going to take 15 times 7 and I'm going to do the working. 15 times 7, that's 105. Afterwards, we times 10 times 100. Okay, so anything times 10, we just add 0, right? So that's 1050 times 100. Now at times 100, I just need to add 2 more zeros there, and then 0, 0. So that's my answer, 105,000. Question 17, what is the mixed number indicated by the arrow? So we need a mixed number here. Now let's take a look. You have 2 holes here. You have 3 holes here. Let's count the number of parts we have between 2 and 3 holes. Number of parts meaning this one. Okay, how many parts are there? So I have 1 part, 2 part, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 parts. And the arrow is between 2 holes and 3 holes, meaning I know that I have 2 holes there. My answer surely will be 2 holes and something, because not yet 3 holes, right? Okay, and if I have 8 parts between my holes, meaning my denominator will be 8. And at the blue arrow, how many parts has passed? 7 parts has passed up to the point of the blue arrow. Therefore, my numerator is 7. And I cannot simplify, so that is the answer. My mixed number, 2 holes, 7 out of 8. Question 18, arrange in increasing order. So please take note, increasing means from small to big. Alright, now they are in 2 of them in decimals already, so let me convert my 5/8 to decimal. 5 out of 8, I can times 125 to make my denominator 1000. So 125 times 5 is my numerator, which gives me 725. So 725 out of 1000, 1000 means 3 decimal places. So it's point blank, blank, blank. I have 0.725. So it's 0.725 for 5 out of 8. Then you notice here, you have 3 decimal places for this. And 5, 6, 8, also 3 decimal places. I am going to make 0.56 3 decimal places as well by adding a 0 behind. Okay, you need to change them to the same number of decimal places in order to compare more easily. So from here you are able to tell which is the smallest already. This is 0.56 is the smallest, followed by 0.568, followed by 0.725, which is 5 out of 8. Please remember to write the originals down, not the ones that you converted. Okay. Question 19. Jane is facing northwest now. Northwest, that's where she is facing now. What is the angle that she must turn anti-clockwise to face east? Now, anti-clockwise would be this way, and we want her to face east. So this is where she's gonna be going all the way here. Now, if we look at this, this is an 8-point compass. Okay, meaning each part is 45 degrees. If you're not sure, because one full round is 360, right? And if we divide it by 8, since it's an 8-part compass, you will get 45, right? Meaning each portion is 45 degrees lah. Okay, so this is 45 degrees, this is 45 degrees. Okay, every single part is 45 degrees. So you just need to count the number of parts that she's moving. She's going to be moving from northwest to east, which is 1 part, 2, 3, 4, 5. So she's moving 5 45 degrees. So 45 times 5, that's 225 degrees. That's the answer. So question 20, Joshua was at a concert. His watch was 20 minutes fast. He noticed on his watch that the concert ended at 10:10. So we're trying to find the actual time in 24-hour clock. Now, if I know that I need to do it in 24-hour clock, I'm just going to quickly change my time to a 24-hour clock first, okay? So 10:10 p.m., 24-hour clock. So that would be I would plus 12. Since it's 10 p.m., that's 2210, 24-hour clock. Now then, if his watch was fast, means what? Actual time would be behind. Meaning it's not 10:10 yet. Okay, so if that's the case, I'm going to count backwards by 20 minutes. I'm going to go backwards by 10 first. 10 minutes ago would be 2200, and I do another 10 minutes ago. That would give me 2150. That's 9:50 p.m. 2150. Question 21. 41 tenths and 65 thousandths. We want our answer as a decimal. So what's 41 tenths? 41 tenths is 41 out of 10. Right? So tenth means 1 decimal place, 4.1. How about 65 thousandths? That's 65 out of 1,000. And out of 1,000 means 3 decimal places. So which means it's a point blank, blank, blank. We're going to fill in 65 here. So that's 0.065. Next, we need to add them together. Now, adding them together, we will align the decimal point. Your point is here. Make sure your decimal points are aligned. So that's 0.065. Fill in more zeros at the back. And I'll do addition. And it gives me 4.165. Question 22. Kumar bought 96 mangoes. At 3 for $5, how much did he pay for the mangoes? Now, 96 mangoes, they are sold in sets of 3s. Every 3 mangoes, $5. And he bought 96, meaning we need to find out how many groups did he buy first. If they're sold in groups of 3s, let's group them up into threes. So 96 divided by 3 will give us 32, meaning there are 32 groups. Now, and each group of 3 costs $5. So you think about it, huh? One group costs $5, right? So if he bought 32 groups, how much would he be paying? 32 times of the $5, which will give us $160. Question 23, an age question. 4 years ago, Richard was 3 times as old as Adele. Their total age now is 44. And we want to find Adele's age now. Let me put down the information. I'm gonna draw the model for 4 years ago. We're comparing Richard and Adele. Richard is 3 times as old as Adele. So the model for 4 years ago looks like that. And now, their total age is 44 years old. Now, how would the now model look like for Richard and Adele? From 4 years ago, they would have each grown older, right? Gotten older by 4 years, isn't it? Richard would have a 4 there. Adele would have the 4 there as well. And the total age now is 44. So we're trying to find Adele now, which is that. So looking at your model, what we can do, because this is 3 times, they are equal, right? Do you see that we got the extra parts here, the 4 that we can subtract? So I can use 44 minus 4 minus 4, that gives me 36. And 36 would be the remaining units there, which is 4 units. So 4 units is 36. 1 unit would be 36 divided by 4, which is 9. And Adele's age now, this is 9, would be 9 plus 4, which is 13. She is 13 years old now. Question 24, the figure is made up of squares, similar squares. How many more squares must be shaded such that 2/3 of the figure is shaded? 2/3 of the figure is shaded. Now at the moment, how many squares do we have shaded? Or should we be looking at triangles? I think we need to look at them as triangles. Do we? No, wait. The 2 triangles make up 1 square. Okay, so that's fine. Okay, so 2/3 of the figure. Thing is, I need to change my denominator. How many squares do I have in total? 5, 10, 15. I have 15 squares in total. So since they want 2 out of 3 shaded, I'm going to change my denominator to the total, which is 15. So I times 5. So meaning they actually want 10 out of 15 shaded. They want 10 out of 15 shaded. So how many more squares must be shaded? At the moment, how many squares are shaded? 1, 2, they make up 3, and they make up 4. So at the moment, 4 squares shaded, and they want 10 shaded. Therefore 10 minus 4 gives me 6. We need to shade 6 more for it to be 2/3 shaded. Question 25. Angle A is twice the size of angle B. This is an important clue again. This is telling you that angle A is 2 units and angle B is 1 unit. I'm going to put it down in the diagram. This is 2 units and this is 1 unit. And if you notice, this is a rectangle, right? Therefore, this angle would be 90 degrees, isn't it? Okay, so I will be able to find out angle A plus B. That will be 90 degrees minus 18 degrees, which is 72 degrees. And we already know from the clue given to us that A is 2 units, B is 1 unit. So A 2 units, B 1 unit, meaning 72 is actually 3 units. So 3 units is 72 degrees. 1 unit would be 72 divided by 3, which is 24 degrees. And we're trying to find angle A, which is 2 units. 24 degrees times 2, 48 degrees. That's the answer for angle A. Question 26. Leanne baked some fruit tarts. She gave 28 fruit tarts to her neighbor, 140 fruit tarts to her friends, and she had 4 out of 7 of the fruit tarts left over. How many fruit tarts did she bake? Now, since it says 4 out of 7, I'm just going to try to draw the model to understand the question better. 4 out of 7, I'm going to cut 7 parts. And it says that she has 4 out of 7 left, meaning these 4 units would be her leftover, which means this was what the first 3 units would be what she gave away, isn't it? And what did she give away in total? What did she give away in total? She gave to her neighbor 28, and she gave to her friends 140. So meaning over here would be what she gave to the neighbor and her friends, which would be 28 to neighbor, 140 to friends, a total of 168. So this tells us the 3 units that she had given away would be 168 tarts. So 1 unit would be 168 divided by 3, which gives you 56. And how many fruit tarts did she bake? Meaning the whole entire thing, which is made up of 7 units. So you take 56 times 7, and you will get 392 tarts. That's the answer. Question 27 is a table of information. So let's look at the first statement. It says that the difference in the number of muffins sold between April and May is the same as the number of muffins sold in March. Okay, so first let's find out what is the difference in the number of muffins sold between April and May. So number 1, difference for April and May. I'm gonna change that. Difference April and May. Okay, get this out. Okay, so April is where? April is 360, May is 240. So the difference would be 360 minus 240, that's 120. And the first statement is saying that it is the same as the muffins sold in March. So let's just write down March is 120. Okay, so is the difference here the same as March? Yes, it's the same. Therefore, the first statement is true. Second statement, the number of muffins sold in February is twice the number of muffins sold in May. Based on this statement, they are saying that February is 2 units and May is 1 unit because of the word twice. So let's check. February, 320. We have May, 240. Is February twice of May? Is February twice of May? In order to prove it, we take 320, we divide by 2, we get 160. So no, February is not twice of May. Second statement is false. Question 28, we have a line graph and a table. We need to fill the table up. So it says, so this has got to do with the number of children and the number of books that they read in a week. So she remembered that the number of children who had read 3 books was 3 times the total children who read only 1 and 2. This is your important information here. Okay, so let's see. Those who read 1 book, 10. Those who read 2 books would be 8. Let's fill up the table. Number of children that read 1 book, 10. Number of children that read 2 books, 8. How do we fill up the number of children for 3 books? Back to the statement again. The number of children who read 3 books was 3 times the total of those who read 1 and 2. What is the total of those who read 1 and 2? Total is 10 plus 8, which is 18. And those who read 3 books would be 3 times of that number. 18 times 3. $54. Question 29, we need to find the perimeter of the white carpet. So we need to find the perimeter of this yellow part here. Okay, so the yellow portion, we need to find the perimeter. Now how do we do that? We already know that this is 2 meters and this is 2 meters. Okay, so then are you able to see that this part and this part makes up 28? So the blue part makes up 28 meters. And we look at the purple part, this and this makes up 28 meters as well. Okay, so let me indicate the green as well. The green in total would be 2 plus 2, which is 4 meters. Now which part is missing? This. We need to find out what those are. Now if we were to extend the line, let me extend this line up. We know that this is 10 meters, right? And we already know that this is 2 meters. So what is this part here? How do we find that? The whole length is 42. I'm gonna take away 10, take away 10, take away 2. So 42 minus 22, that gives me 20. So this part unknown is 20 meters. Okay, so the total perimeter of the white carpet would be everything added up. I would have the blue, which is 28, the purple, which is 28, the green, which is 4, and the 2 red parts, which is 20 and 20. And if we add everything up, that would give us 100. 100 meters, that is the perimeter of this carpet. Question 30, a patterns question. So let's fill out the table for part A. Number of unshaded triangles. From 1 becomes 3, that's a +2. From 3 it becomes 6, that's a +3. So the next one would likely be a +4. So 6 plus 4 gives us 10. And for the number of shaded triangles, 3 to get 6, that's a +3. 6 to get 10, it's a +4. So the next one would likely be a +5, that's 15. And the total number of triangles, from 4 we plus 5 to get 9. 9 we plus 7 to get 16. So the next one would be plus 9 to get 25. Now, in order to find the answer for figure 10, the total number of triangles, there are two ways to do it. One way is we can continue to list until we reach figure 10. Okay, so that's the first way. I'm just going to try listing it down. So the total triangles, so I start from figure 4. So from the table figure 4, we know that the total is 25. So next, to get figure 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this way we will just have to add. This one is plus 11. Next one is plus 13. Next one is plus 15. Next one is plus 17. Next is plus 19. And the next is plus 21. Okay, so if you keep doing this and fill up the table, figure 5 total will be 36. Now, so 36 plus 13, you will get 49. Then you plus 15 again, you would get 64. 64 plus 17, you will get 81. 81 plus 19, you will get 100. And 100 plus 21, you will get 121. That will be your answer for the total number of squares in figure 10. Now, but there is a shorter way to do this. You need to spot the pattern. So let's see. Figure number 1 is 4. You notice that 4 is actually 2 times 2. Then we look at figure number 2. The total triangles is 9. 9 is 3 times 3. Figure number 3, the total triangles is 16, which is 4 times 4. Do you see where this is going? Figure number 4, the total triangles is 25, and this is 5 times 5. So if we're trying to find figure number 10, the total triangles would be the next number, which is 11 times 11, and that would give us 1, 2, 1. So that's all for this paper. See you in the next video.